that love is irreplaceable. So when it's there, sometimes we abuse it, we don't acknowledge it, and sometimes we don't realize how nice and how good and how great it is until you lose it. So on that note, now I will switch to the two young ladies to share the stories. We will actually start with Rosie Magellan this morning, or Vulano this morning. So, like last week when you shared a bit on that. But if you, from your angle, growing up in a home, there is like, okay, devotion time, fasting time, everything godly time. Movie time is still like control time. Speaking from that standpoint, just an encouragement to the youth that are joining us today. Some of them, they actually are pastors' children or senior pastors' children, or they are children of home that are really staunch in their faith. For you to share, like, because you're the one who tasted that, yeah? Like sometimes it's like you are trapped. Yeah, you feel trapped. But your heart, like, it's screaming out, I want to go dancing. And then your father and your mother say, you go churching, like you're hearing this, but you're excited, wanting something. Yeah. So can you share with them? Because, you obviously choose the other one to hear that small voice that was screaming inside of you. But, what are you going to share with them? Because it took you that long to be able to come back. And that wilderness moment was not even worth it. If you have to submit it, it's not even worth to waste your years to go that way. Yes. So if you can share from that standpoint, it will help some of them that are listening today.
I guess, Mom, like how you were saying, being for those of you that daughters of senior pastors, deacons, priests, whichever form of leadership your parents hold in a community or a church. I agree with you. Sometimes it's just irritating when you hear your parents constantly, like everything is a schedule. It's like a routine. Like to a point, it becomes like you're just doing it because it's part of the program. At one moment, I felt trapped because I started to see my friends from school, because you interact with people outside of your home.
And you know the life out there.
And it's bound to happen. Like, but then they always say, you give a person an inch, they go a mile. And I believe that phrase.
Because you took the inch.
I took the mile. I took the mile, and it took me how many years to come back? What I would like to encourage those of you that your parents hold prominent positions, whether in the community or in churches, priests or whatsoever. The minute you feel trapped, I would say take your time and assess. I guess that's why we always hear Auntie Rai always telling us to list down, and that takes us back to listing down your items, your goals, your achievements. Because I didn't have a purpose back then. I was just trying to enjoy life. I had no way to set me on
course, like that, something to look forward to.
Yes, because you have no goal, no dream. Because they always say no dream is too big. So right now, I encourage you, whatever you have on your mind that you want to be, write it down, because that is what will set your course from where you are. Because I didn't have that, and even though I was in a loving environment, I still chose to do what I saw that brought destruction to other children. Can you imagine children that were abused whatsoever coming to my family home?
We had at one time, we had about 20 plus children from different homes. They came from broken homes, to be actual, and we were looking after them in addition to the children, and it became our family. So our priority was to send them to school, and I look for the extras for my children. And they grew up with this number of children that come from problem homes.
So the problem children coming home, good child, going to the problem. And now I'm laughing at it, but the reason why I'm sharing this to you, because I don't want you to be sitting where I was 5 years ago. 5 years ago exactly. 5 years ago was when I was abused to the point